Hey Beatles friends, what's going on? Happy 2017 to all of you. This will be my first Beatles update video on this channel for the year 2017. Hope you enjoy this update. I have a bunch of exciting records that I want to show for this update, along with some Grails, very sick Grails that I'm going to show at the end of the video. So let's begin. I have a nice stack of 45s to show you, along with some EPs. Gonna show a couple of George Harrison ones. This one is a white label promo that I'm happy to have. This is the My Sweet Lord 2001 reissue. It's a 2001 reissue of the single. Back side of it, a recent photo of George. And on the flip side is the 2000 remake of My Sweet Lord. And that was available on the 2001 reissue of the All Things Must Pass album. As you can see, promotional use only, not for sale. Released in 2001. George was still alive when this was released. It was actually, sadly, the last year of his life, 2001. But here's the record. Haven't played this yet, but it looks really nice. This is the My Sweet Lord side, the original recording, and the 2000 remake in really nice condition. Now I have one more George 45 to show you, and this is one that I found for a nice price. Very happy to find it for a nice low price. It's a collector's box set, a limited edition box set of this single. Next find is When We Was Fab. This is a European pressing, a limited edition box. It has the 7-inch single, full color poster, and a cutout. I'm gonna show what's inside this. Backside's blank. Alright. Okay. So do this quickly here. Here's the single right here. And the record, this is a UK pressing. And I want to show the poster and the cutout. I'm gonna show the cutout real quick here. The cutout looks really nice. There's a cutout right here. George in his Sgt. Pepper outfit. And the poster here. Really nice poster. It's pretty big. Okay, this is upside down. And this is a nice box. I don't see this that much. It is very rare, but I was very happy to find this for a nice little price. But even though it's rare, it's not too pricey. But this was less than about $14 I paid for this, and the whole set's in nice condition. I'm very happy to say. All right. That's all of the solo Beatles 7-inch records onto the Beatles as a group. I have a couple of nice rare Beatles records, nice rare 45s here. Gonna start off with this here. Love Me Do, backed with P.S. I Love You. This is the original UK red Parlophone label pressing. And this is the first pressing Type A, because under the Parlophone logo here, it says Made in Great Britain. This is Type A, first pressing. But pressings of this particular single with the red label, if it doesn't have Made in Great Britain, it's Type B. But still a first pressing. And this is really nice. This was a cheap find. Still a lot of money, but really cheap find, cheaper find, because it's usually like about couple $100, something like that. And I have another record. It's the same kind of record, and it's also a UK pressing. And this one just arrived today. Next find is Please Please Me on the red Parlophone label, with Ask Me Why on the B side. And I played this and it sounds really good too. So I've been wanting this pressing of the Please Please Me single for a long time. As you can see, it doesn't have Made in Great Britain under Parlophone logo. Okay, my next vinyl find I like to share here is Beatles for Sale #2. This is a UK pressing. Original UK pressing from the mid-60s actually. And here's the vinyl here. The center was popped off. And I have another copy of the same EP, but without the jacket. This is a second copy here, and the hole's not punched. It remains intact. The center here. This is the same EP, except it doesn't have the jacket, and it is an original from the 60s. Alright. Okay, I have a few more 7-inch records to show you, and they're all Japanese pressings. First one here, it is a single. Long Tall Sally backed with I Call Your Name. Odeon Records inner sleeve here. And back side here. Has the lyrics of both songs, and it has some Japanese writing on it. And I want to show the record. Records on red vinyl. Looks really nice too. I haven't played this yet. And I have a couple more 7-inch records, Japanese pressings as well. And they're the EPs. They're both EPs played at 33 1/3, and they're both in stereo. This one here, I guess this is the Long Tall Sally EP. Has the same songs except for I Feel Fine. Almost the same track listing as the UK Long Tall Sally EP, but instead of I Call Your Name, they place I Feel Fine here, and it looks like they shuffle the last 3 songs in different order. But this is really nice, and it's really nice condition. And this one has the insert here, lyrics to all 4 songs. And this EP's in really nice condition too. A record here, dark red vinyl. Just a few spindle marks, but this record looked like it was hardly played. Now this next EP, I don't remember if I ever showed it before or not, but I'm very happy to have this next record here. Now, if someone watched my previous video and previous videos and they recognize this EP, please let me know, because it's been a while and I've been hit with overtime work at my current job, and I'm just forgetting things. But I'm not sure. This is a new copy. I don't know if I have this EP or not, but if I do, then I have a second copy. This is another EP here. Here are the 4 songs. And I Go to Him, Boys, See Leap Date, which is She Loves You in German, and You've Got to Hide Your Love Away. Also in wonderful condition. And has an insert here, lyrics to all the songs. And of course the record. also in wonderful condition. Doesn't look like it's played. Okay, now on to the albums. I'm gonna start off with the solo Beatles records here. I have a couple by John. Now, this one I was expecting it to be a first pressing, but it wasn't. It's a later pressing, very similar to one that's in my John Lennon albums box set. First find here is the John Lennon Plastic Ono Band album. It's a UK pressing. This one's not laminated like the first pressing is. Doesn't have the original inner sleeve that came with the original album. Doesn't have the lyrics or the draw, the one with the lyrics and the drawing. It's on the white Apple label. And I've not played this, but it looks like it's in nice condition. All right. Next John Lennon find is a Japanese pressing. It's a Japanese promo pressing of the John Lennon collection, released in the early 80s. This is a posthumous release. And as you can see, this is a promo here. Alright. Let me show a couple things here. This is the inner sleeve. This original inner sleeve where you put the record in. The record right here, white label promo pressing. This record's in wonderful condition. Looks like it wasn't played. Now this one contains something that I don't think was on the commercial releases. Now, I showed this in the Beatles collectors group, and they showed me that, they told me that their copy doesn't come with this here, which is a big poster, and I did some research, and this is actually a promo poster only on promotional copies, I think, and there's also a poster, poster that comes with the Geffen American release as well. But I'm gonna have to do more looking up on about this pressings with the actual poster here. This is a big poster here. Let me reveal it. Hope you enjoy seeing this poster. Big poster here. Big poster of John here in his bed with his guitar. And that's the lyrics to the song Love, which is on the Plastic Ono Band album. And this is an awesome poster here. Well, I hope you enjoyed seeing the poster of this here. And I have a couple Paul albums to show you. One's a bootleg, and one is the archive reissue of one of his albums on vinyl. All right, put this away here and show the McCartney albums. Just want to be gentle with this, folks. All right. First of the McCartney finds is a bootleg, James Paul McCartney. This is a audio of video of the James Paul McCartney special that was aired on TV back in 1973, around 73, 74, around the time of the Red Bull Speedway album, trademark of quality. Record here. In nice condition. Nothing special about the bootleg label here. And when they do get to Red Bull Speedway for the Archive Collection series, they have to have the James Paul McCartney special as a video bonus. So So we'll see when you know, if Red Roll Speedway is going to be next, or we have to wait a few years for Red Roll Speedway. But speaking of the Paul McCartney Archive Collection, this is my next find, McCartney 2. I never had the vinyl of this. Vinyl's in nice condition. Gatefold. Alright. Those are two McCartney finds. I'm gonna show a couple of George finds. And sad to say, I don't have anything by Ringo yet in this pile. You know, any new Ringo finds. Alright. First of the George finds on the album here. Wonderwall music by George Harrison. Backside. This is a UK mono first pressing. As you can see, mono. You have to turn it upside down to see mono along with Wonderwall by George Harrison. And here's the insert here. Nice insert here. There's details about the album, the songs. And the record here, this is in nice condition on dark green apple label. Alright. Okay, I have another George album. This will be the last of the solo Beatles albums for this video. Cloud 9, Japanese pressing. It's nicely laminated too. And here's the inner sleeve here. I actually just dropped something that I like to show. There's an insert that dropped out of the album. Just a second here. This is what dropped out. This is like I guess a Warner Brothers advertisement, a mailing thing. As you can see, has a Gone Troppo and Somewhere in England. That's the original cover that was going to be used for the Somewhere in England album, but they changed it after the album was rejected. The album cover was rejected, and the original song list, the first version, was rejected too. Here's a record, Japanese pressing. Haven't really played this since I bought it. I bought it just as a collector, Beatles collector. Okay. Alright, that is all of the solo Beatles albums for this video. Now on to the Beatles as a group. This one is a bootleg. My father has this particular pressing, but I found this for a nice price. It's a Sessions album. This was intended to be released in the mid 80s, but the surviving Beatles pulled the plug on it. Backside, and that's a song list for those who are not familiar with this album. Well, a bunch of Beatle fans are familiar with this, but just about all the songs on here would eventually end up on the anthology album. So even though this is nice to have as a collector, you know, it's kind of useless for casual fans. You know, fans of the Beatles who are casual listeners. But this is the record here. It has the blank black label. Haven't really played this, but it does look like it's in wonderful condition. Alright, my next vinyl find is Meet the Beatles in stereo. Records in the original inner sleeve here. And this is my second copy of Meet the Beatles in stereo, which doesn't have the BMI ASCAP publishing credits to the songs. As you can see, it just has a song title, the running time, and the songwriters. That's it. And here's side 2. Same thing. And this record's in near mint condition too, and I paid a nice little price for this. This is usually very rare, as these first pressings are beat up. Oh, they're not treated with any respect or abused. And I have another Meet the Beatles. It's a Japanese pressing on Apple. This is the American version. This is not the Japanese exclusive. It has the 12 songs like the American album. And this has a nice gatefold. No OB, but that's okay. I'll show you the reason why I actually bought this. I prefer to buy Japanese pressings with OBs. You know, I don't like to buy them without OB. Here's the insert with the lyrics of all the songs on the album, and they're all in English on here. And here's the original black inner sleeve for the record, made by Apple. And the real reason I bought this Japanese pressing, the record here, it's on dark red vinyl on Apple, and only a few spindle marks. This one looks like it's in wonderful condition. This was really dirty when I received it, but after cleaning it, looks stellar, in stellar condition. So happy with this. Alright, I have a couple of rubber sole to show you. I'm gonna show you the American one. This was a $5 find, and it's in mono. This is rubber sole, the US version, not in the greatest condition. Let me get the album out here. Show you the album. Has the original capital inner sleeve. And here's the record here. This is the pressing where you don't see the Beatles right here. Later pressings of this album on the color band has the Beatles group name in between the album title and the names of the band members, but this one is a different pressing without the Beatles in the middle there. So all you see is rubber sole and then the names of the 4 members. And you know, despite some scuffs and some marks, it's in wonderful condition. I've actually played it, and I have another rubber. So this is the UK version. Another UK copy of rubber. So this is in mono. This is a mono first pressing. A first pressing, and it is in the original EMI inner sleeve. Here's a record here. Again, this is actually an upgrade. This one is the loud cut mix. Now, in order to identify a UK mono rubber sole, UK mono rubber sole first pressing, you have to look for -1 after the matrix number. And -1 on both sides. Later pressings have crossover matrix stampers. Like one side would be -1, the loud cut, and then side 2 would be a -4, the corrected matrix. But this is a true first pressing, the loud cut mix. And the loud cut mix, it's nice to have another copy. It's nice to have a UK mono rubber sole, the loud cut mix, but it's nice to have it as a collector. But the later pressings sound much better. All right, this one is an upgrade. Japanese album here. Please Please Me. This is a mid-60s pressing in Japan. And this is a nicely laminated cover, and it's actually in better condition, but some of the pages are not intact. I do have another copy of this where all the pages are intact. And here's a record here. The record, this was really the reason why I bought another copy of this. This one I bought for a nice little price. This is the record here on Odeon, and it's in near mint condition. This is actually in much better condition than my other copy, because it has some marks, some marks that make some noises when you play it. You know, you can even feel them with your fingernail. But this was a nice little price find. This is usually very pricey here. And I have another Japanese album I want to show you. This is not entirely a Beatles album. This is a various artists album. I guess you would call this like a British Invasion compilation. Next vinyl find is the Fresh Sounds from Liverpool, a Japanese pressing. There's the Beatles there. You get songs from the Beatles and Dave Clark 5. Dave Clark 5 is not from Liverpool. They're from London. Peter and Gordon, they're not from Liverpool either, and neither are the Hollies. The Hollies, I think, are from Manchester. But you do get some Liverpudlian artists like Jerry and the Pacemakers and Billy J. Kramer, and the foremost, they're from Liverpool. Despite the title, this is a nice compilation of songs from the 1964 British Invasion period. And here's the back of it. Japanese writing. And this one has an insert here. Insert not in the greatest condition, but still nice. Has all the lyrics of all the songs. And the record here. Show you the label here so you can see the track listing. Side 1 and side 2. This is in mono, by the way. All songs are in mono. And let me read through the track listing, because this is a very obscure British Invasion compilation. Side 1, I Want to Hold Your Hand by the Beatles. Glad All Over, the Dave Clark 5. Hippie Hippie Shake, the Swingin' Blue Jeans. Little Children, Billy J. Kramer and the Dakotas. The Lost Lennon McCartney classic throwaway, A Road Without Love by Peter and Gordon. Just One Look by the Hollies. I Like It by Jerry and the Pacemakers. The end of side 1. Now on to side 2. Please Please Me by the Beatles. Bits and Pieces by the Dave Clark 5. Good Golly Miss Molly, the Swingin' Blue Jeans. I'm in Love. The foremost, I'm in Love is Lennon McCartney song that was given away. I'm in Love was written by John. Little Bitty Pretty One by the Paramounts. I Love You Baby by Freddie and the Dreamers. And a song by Manfred Mann I've never heard, 54321. I'm familiar with some of Manfred Mann's hit songs like Do Wah Diddy Diddy, but not this song, 54321. But it's a nice little bluesy number. And nice compilation. I'm happy to have this in my collection. This one just arrived today. This is the Beatles Greatest. Take the records out here. This is a German pressing from the mid 60s. Backside. And here's the original inner sleeve for the record. And here's the record. It's on the red, white, and gold Odeon label in stereo. This is a second pressing. And this is in nice condition. I played some of the tracks. I have another German pressing there. This is actually on a blue Horzu label. I said this before, and I'll say it again. How many more copies of Sgt. Pepper do I really need? You know, this is one of the Beatles albums I'm still tired of trying to buy multiple copies of, but I saw this one at a record store and I thought, why not? Here it is, Sgt. Pepper, Horzu. Now this was cheap. It wasn't too pricey. Here's a gatefold here. Has the flip backs on the top here. Now here's the cutouts here. That doesn't bother me because I have so many copies of the cutouts that are all intact. And here's the record here on the blue Odeon label. I still want to try to get the German first pressing on the red, white, and gold Odeon label, the Horzu label. But I'll still buy it if it's at a nice little price. So, all right, couple of white albums to show you. They're both the UK top loader pressings. This is the stereo pressing. It's an upgrade, and that's my number. And this doesn't have the photos, but it does have the poster here. Yeah, the poster looks like it was hung up. You've seen the poster a million times anyway. But it has the black inner sleeves here for the records. And here's record 1. Record 1 doesn't have an EMI recording above the 33 and the 3rd section on the label. This is in stereo. And this is another crossover pressing that I purchased recently too, where one record has an EMI recording and the other doesn't. But the second record does have an EMI recording above 33 and the 3rd, and it has a KT tax stamp on side 2. All right, another white album to show you. And once again, I think this video is going to be long. Once again, I am terribly sorry this video is long, but I hope this was well worth the time though. But all right, another white album. I showed this in my response to Rockboy 680's 2000 subscribers contest as one of my favorite albums of the 60s. This is a UK mono pressing. That's my number. Pretty low. And now this one has a poster. Looks like the poster is ripped right there. And here's a gatefold. And this one is actually a true first pressing, and the records are in wonderful condition. There are a lot of spindle marks, but I played the records and they sound really good. This is a true first pressing of the mono album. It doesn't have an EMI recording on either of the records, so I'm really happy to find this for a nice little price. Yeah, I didn't pay much for this. Put this back, put this away, and show you record 2. Here's record 2. Same thing. Alright. I have one more thing to show you before I go to the Grail's albums. The next find is this one is not in the greatest condition. I found this at my local record store during the holiday season. I got a discount for it. This was a price almost $100, but I got a discount from the store because the condition is terrible on this. But I still have the UK pressing of this box, in better condition, and I really haven't messed with it since I showed it in my earlier video, like I don't know how long, couple years ago I think. This is the Let It Be box. This is a French pressing, but the box is actually made in Germany. The outer box here. This is going to be hard to get out here, so you're going to have to bear with me here. Not so great condition of this box set here. Record here. This is the album here. French pressing. Record here. And I haven't played this copy. And here's the book here. Book's in stellar condition. Not one page ripped out. Not one page ripped out. This is it's well worth getting the book in wonderful condition. So I'm very, very happy with that. Now I think I have like 4 copies of the book. A couple of them are not in the box, but the rest of them, including the one I just showed you, they are in the Let It Be box. So, all right, I'm gonna finish off with some Grail records here. I have a few more records to show you. They're all Grails. First of the Grails here, and before I show the Grails, it's best to have a drink of water next to you, because these Grails are gonna make a lot of people go crazy, and I don't want anyone to get a heart attack seeing these Grails. So, all right, first of the Grails, the Beatles' second album. This is a German pressing, German export pressing with the Something New cover here. And back of it, the same design, the same back cover as the US album. And here's the original inner sleeve, German inner sleeve for the album. And the record here, I researched this record. It is a true first print. Later pressings of this has BM Gemma, but this one only has Gemma, which indicates it is an earlier pressing. And it is very rare. Okay, I'm gonna close with this particular album here. Now, I bought this next album for $27 at my local record store, and I never saw it again for $27. And I've decided to seek out a copy of this album, look for one that has the poster. And I did, and I'm successful. I'll reveal the poster in a moment. Let me show you the album, what I'm talking about. The Beatles versus the Four Seasons. And it's in nice condition. It has a little mark there, but overall this is a nice condition. And seems look nice. No issues, just some flaws. And I'm going to put this aside here. I want to show that last. Gatefold. VJ inner sleeve here. Here's introducing the Beatles record in wonderful condition. And the Four Seasons record is in wonderful condition too. Going to show that here. Here's the Four Seasons record, and this is a mono pressing. Alright, now on to the exciting part here of why I bought this album. Just very carefully here. This is the poster here that comes with the album. I'm very happy to find a copy of this with the poster. And the poster's in wonderful condition. Doesn't look like a repro to me. It looks very vintage. And I'm happy to find a copy with the poster. Okay. Alright, long time ago, about a year ago, I acquired this album in crappy condition. But I got the stereo album in better condition right here. Now this one has seam splits. For those who don't know, this is the rare stereo pressing of the album The Beatles versus the Four Seasons. Only 750 of these are made, but only 50 confirmed copies exist. About 50, and this is actually one of them. And I'm proud to say I found one of the 50 that still exists. Alright, here's the Beatles record. I actually took this out of the crappy, the album in the crappier condition that I bought earlier this year. It only had the Beatles record in stereo, but the Four Seasons record was in mono. But this one only had the Four Seasons record in it. It didn't have the Beatles record or the poster. But I got the poster, so I'm happy. Show the record one more time. And I'm going to show the Four Seasons record, and then I'm going to wrap up this video. Has the original inner sleeve here. Four Seasons record in stereo. That is pretty much it. Stay tuned for more videos. I still have plans to do collection videos, as well as showing the Beatles books that I've been wanting to do for a long time, but I just couldn't get the chance to do it. Alright, that wraps up this Beatles update video. Thank you very much for watching. Talk to you all later.